It is another day. I am going to talk about these AirPods Pros in this video. It's not really a review, but it kind of is. So yeah, anyway, I figured that there are a ton of videos out there already where people are talking about these with like mentioning all the specs and whatnot, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to give my opinion. I've owned them now for approximately a year, so I figured this is a pretty good place to talk about them, and maybe I'll say something that's helpful in aiding you in your purchasing decision, whether or not it's because you decide to purchase them or not. So long story short, if you just want the TLDR, I recommend them. I've been very happy with them. I use them daily still, and I'll continue to do so until they break, at which point in time I will probably buy another pair. So yeah, there's that. In this video, I kind of cover 4 different points. Number 1 is the comfort. Number 2 is a little story where one of them actually did break. Number 3 is the battery life, and number 4 is the ease of use. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be talking about. Number 1 is the fit and comfort. I personally find these super comfortable. They have the little plastic in-ear thing that makes them soft and easy to use, and they fit my ears great. Honestly, I thought that this type of earbud would fit anyone, but then I read reviews and heard that some people can't use them, so that's that, I guess. Before I bought them, I went to the store and I asked one of the staff to wipe down one of the trial pairs in the shop just so I could try them in my ear, because I was not about to spend this much money on something that I hadn't tried, especially since I have a really bad track record with Apple's earbuds, I guess. Ever since the first iPod that I ever had, I could never use the in-ear earbuds, and I tried and it just didn't work. So I was hesitant to be optimistic when I saw these one came out, because I've always really liked this type of in-ear earbud. Anyway, I tried them out, the fit was great. So when it comes to the little tip here, it comes in 3 different sizes. I'm using, I think, the medium one on one and the smallest one on the other, which just fit my ear the best. So just like mix and match, whatever you like. Anyway, fit is great. Number 2 is my little story where one of them broke. And basically one of them, the right one, I don't know if the camera is flipping it around, but this is my right ear. So, and I'm wearing the watch on the right hand, just for the record here. Basically, one of them started having static sound. I looked it up. I followed all the how to troubleshoot this issue online. I reset it, blah, blah, blah. I did everything. And of course, it didn't resolve the issue. So the next day I went to the Apple store and they just replaced it. It's really funny, like when you get a single spare AirPod, it comes in its own little box. It was kind of cute, but I guess that makes sense because sometimes people will lose one and then you will need to replace it, right? So of course it would have its own packaging, but it was just like a cute little box when I saw it. Unfortunately, I didn't get to keep the little box because he put the broken AirPod inside it and then I guess shipped it back to wherever broken AirPods go. That was a little story. Anyway, in terms of after sale support or whatever you want to call it, I can only give it like, I guess, 2 thumbs up because they fixed it for me. I had an issue and I got a new AirPod and the new one works great. So hopefully the other one, the left one, won't break anytime soon. But yeah, who knows? Other than that, I haven't had any issues. In terms of the battery life, I have not been disappointed. However, I did read about some people who were mentioning that they don't last all day when you're doing conference calls. So if you're wearing both and you're doing conference calls, then at some point in time, they're gonna be spent and you won't have any more battery left. One workaround, I guess, is to just wear one and then have the other one charge in the meantime and then switch them around throughout the day. I don't know if this is a good solution or not. I usually just wear one anyway because I like to hear what's going on outside, but I also like to listen to something. So especially when I'm walking around outside, I very rarely wear both because the noise cancellation, in my opinion, is really good. It's not able to drown out every single sound known to man, but I don't necessarily think that is a fault. I think at some point that becomes a feature because if it's too isolating, it kind of gets weird too, so you gotta find that sweet spot. I personally wouldn't mind if it was better at blocking out construction noises. So Apple, if you're watching this, which I'm sure nobody is, maybe construction noises, take that into like your noise cancellation technology because that's something nobody wants to listen to. Also related to the noise cancellation, I personally have found that it's very good at drowning out human conversation sounds or whatever you wanna call it. I'm gonna call it noise because when you don't wanna listen to other people's conversations, it's super distracting to have them yelling at the phone in the office next door. And this is me talking from experience. When I had my old office, I could hear everything that the people next door were doing. And one of them was doing a lot of phone calls. So I would just wear these and I couldn't hear him, and it was amazing. And then whenever I took them out, I was like, wait a minute, that guy's still going. I don't know what is up with his phone calls here, but these AirPods Pros actually managed to like completely make me unable to hear what he was saying, so that was great. I haven't tried them on a plane, obviously, because of COVID, so yeah, I haven't been on a plane in forever, which kind of, I mean, I don't like flying, but I like going places, so, you know. I wish I had tried them on some kind of transportation that would, you know, add another dimension to this review, but I guess I can always update it 1 year from now when things are looking normal. Hopefully it won't take a year, oh my god. Anyway, that is that. Ease of use. In the past, I've had other Bluetooth headphones, and what are those called? Yeah, not in-ear earbuds, but like over the head. I had a pair from Sennheiser. They started to disintegrate in the plastic, so I no longer have them. But anyway, I had those, and the connectivity was so bad that it sort of turned me off from Bluetooth headphones and earbuds and everything for a long while, because not only would the connection drop, but sometimes it was also difficult to just connect it. Like my previous computer, my laptop, my phone, they could find the headphones, but then when I clicked on them in the Bluetooth little icon, they didn't always connect. It's like, oh, I know that this thing is there, but I can't connect to it. I don't know how that works, but that is just extremely annoying. Another thing regarding the sort of connectivity or the strength of the connection, I guess, with my past ones, whenever I would go into another room, the connection would start to lag and stutter because of the wall. The wall was blocking the signal. When it comes to connecting, there are no problems. I can have the phone and my physical body in 2 different rooms and it's fine. If I enter a third room or like another area where there are 2 walls between, then it starts to drop. Like it won't drop the connection, but the signal will get interrupted. And if you're listening to a podcast, for instance, it will start to stutter. Same with the song. I mean, it's annoying when it happens, but after having had it penetrate 2 walls, it's kind of to be expected. I would never expect it to be able to go through 2 walls. So that's not a complaint, that's how it is. Listening to them through 1 wall, a brick wall, it's fine. It has been fine. I haven't had any issues. So overall, I feel like this review is very, very positive. I haven't had any complaints, but that's honestly because I haven't. Do I have anything negative? Let me find something negative. I can always find something negative. Okay, I have one negative thing. Hang on. One negative thing is that when you're recording voice memos, the quality of your recording is not as good as if you're speaking directly into the speaker in the bottom of the iPhone. Now, my iPhone is the 11 Pro Max. Honestly, the voice recording, like the internal microphone, is surprisingly good. I didn't think so. I honestly thought these were gonna be better, but I do a lot of voice recordings and I do it a lot when I'm walking outside, and I wanted to compare the two. But personally, I found that the phone cut out a lot more of the background noise as opposed to these ones. But it might be because that when I'm recording on the phone, I have it like super close to my mouth, whereas like when I'm using the AirPods, they're in my ear. Anyway, overall, I would recommend them. I think they've been great for me. I would repurchase. I don't have a case because I don't want it taking up any more space. Wow, that was a rhyme. I hate that so much, but I'm just gonna keep it in the video. It's not that scratched up, but then again, I just put it in my bag in its own separate little compartment, so I don't know why it would get that scratched up. For people who keep them in like their backpack or something like that where it can like rustle around, I recommend getting one of those like little plastic cases or like a little silicone case, because you want to protect it. It's expensive. You want them to last for a long time, so you got to take good care of them, right? Anyway, overall, just to finalize this review, I've been really positive about them. I didn't have any doubts when I bought them, but still, you know, it's a lot of money to spend on this kind of like item. And overall positive, I recommend them. If anyone has any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability, but I mean, if there are technical questions, there's a million videos out there about that, or you can check the Apple website. If they're more about like the fit, the ease of use, whether or not they're good, so on and so forth. If it's about something that I haven't covered in this video, then feel free to ask down below. I'll try to answer to the best of my abilities. Anyway, that was a lot of words with no breath. That is the end of my review. Thank you very much for watching.